Well, Thomas Partey to Saudi Pro League boost has been really revealed to us by Offside, and I decided, obviously, coming through and obviously have something to say about it. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? As we talk, Joby Bellingham, one of the young talents that coming through from the Bellingham family, and obviously we are going to be discussing a little bit of what is happening down in the Euros right now, because more teams might be really leaving anytime from now. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslim is Barakallahu Fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. You can as well call me Aradi onto this beautiful YouTube channel of ours. Now, Thomas Partey is one of those players at Arsenal whose future is yet to be decided, right? Though 90% chance Thomas Partey leans towards leaving the side of Arsenal, and he has a 10% chance to stay at the club of Arsenal. And I've always gone ahead to give you my reasons that if Arsenal had interest in keeping Thomas Partey, one of the first things they would have gone ahead to do was to extend his contract, because he's left with 1 year on his contract, and come 30th of June 2025, Thomas Partey will be a free agent. And if at all Arsenal wanted to keep him, it would have gone here to be easy as taking water, because Thomas Partey wants to stay at Arsenal, but it's Arsenal that wants to get rid of this guy. Let's see close to 200 likes plus on this video, and continue to subscribe as it all goes on as planned. Now, Court Offside told us that Thomas Partey has been approached by the Public Investment Fund, according to sources close to Court Offside. The group has indicated its eagerness to negotiate personal terms for a potential transfer this summer, with Thomas Partey open to proposals. You get? They added and said Arsenal have yet to receive any contact. The PIF intends to first finalize personal terms with Partey, including identifying the specific Saudi Pro League club he would join before initiating talks with the club. Now, Partey is that kind of player that is needed in Saudi Arabia. And one of the most is that he turned Muslim, and his other name is called Hassan. So it will be okay for him to go to Saudi Arabia that has places like Mecca and so on and so forth as a player there. So Thomas Partey has on several occasions shown interest of leaving Arsenal. We all know that even last season, Thomas Partey wanted to really leave. The summer of 2023, he wanted to leave the side of Arsenal, because he felt like Arsenal had come to an end. The coming in of Declan Rice meant a lot, and yet they are not willing to move on Jorginho. So Saudi Pro League is now trying to capitalize onto this opportunity. Thomas Partey having just 1 year left on his contract, and they believe they can negotiate a better deal. So Thomas Partey has been approached by the Public Investment Fund. It comes in through from Saudi Arabia. You understand? And what Thomas Partey has gone here to do, he's open to proposals, and he has gone ahead to indicate his eagerness to obviously negotiate personal terms with the Saudi Arabia side. So all those signs put together indicate that Thomas Partey is ready for the new job in Saudi Arabia. And he knows to it very well that even if Arsenal is to give him a new contract, they're not going to be giving him £200,000 a week. Yet, he can even negotiate 4 times 3 the amount of money he's getting in at Arsenal in Saudi Arabia, because he'll be like, do you know, if at all I had a 3-year contract, how much you would have gone here to pay for me for my services? And they'll be like, all right, we really appreciate your efforts, so what can we do? He'll say, I would beg that we obviously you get me some huge amount of money, sign-on fee and a weekly wage. So he's open to negotiations, meaning that it's okay for him. He has okayed the deal to see to it that all this comes to pass. And for Arsenal, they haven't yet gone ahead to really get a formal proposal from the Saudi side, because they want to negotiate with Thomas Partey personal terms. After negotiating the personal terms, they also want to decide on what club he's going to be playing at next, because their aim is to have a balanced league, not to have one team that has very many superstars. You understand? So all they want is simple. They want to say to it that they really get to the levels they deserve to be at as a side of Arsenal, sorry, at the side of Saudi Arabia. So you might see him really going to other teams, like you saw how they evenly distributed N'Golo Kante, Karim Benzema, Cristiano Ronaldo, Sadio Mane, and very many others. You understand? So for Partey, obviously there is a boost for him to join the Saudi Pro League. He has gone ahead to give them green light, and Arsenal is really waiting for such an opportunity to obviously get in money, to say to it that they use it as a top up to get in other players. And for the club of Arsenal, they are really eagerly waiting for Partey to quit and make a decision. Sorry, Partey to agree a deal with the Saudi Pro League, keep him around, and then bring in his replacement, because Jacob's been told us that the departure of Thomas, the coming in of either Bruno Guimaraes or Zubimendi or Fofana or Yao Neves, name it, depends on Thomas Partey's decision. If Thomas Partey decides to go, then it will be okay for them to bring in a player. But if at all Thomas Partey stays, Arsenal won't be bringing in any other midfielder. You understand? But if I'm an Arsenal fan, I would 100% call in for him to quit, because he's a very good player, but he's always injured. He's an injury-prone player, and he won't really be available every time you need him. So what is the moment of keeping a good player when you cannot really get the best out of him? It's like keeping food, like being diabetic and you're having food that has sugars. However sweet it is, you just have to give it away, because the doctor tells you never do sugars when you're really diabetic. You understand? So that is it coming in through from Saudi Arabia. They want to get Thomas Partey in, and Arsenal willing to see to it that he really comes to pass. But I think Arsenal this time around is going to have to do business slowly. I don't know why, but the main reason I've always gone ahead to hinge on has been the Euros. That when you look at the Euros, they have gone ahead to see to it that a lot really slows down the transfer business. And you see to it that teams are starting to sign players, but when you look at how injuries of Alvarez came in through when you showed interest in him, and he really got injured, that will scare very many people from going for players who are really playing into the Euros and Copa America. You understand? So Thomas Partey is one of those players that is not taking part in any tournament, and it would have been one of the easiest deals to do for the club of Arsenal to sell him, but I don't know why they're not really doing the needful. I know they'll say a team will obviously ransom them when Partey leaves, but Arsenal has two players that play into that CDM position, Declan Rice and Jorginho. So I don't know what Arsenal is planning, but I know they're planning the best for their side, and I believe towards the end of the second week of July, that's when we'll see full combat of Arsenal into the summer transfer window, because they'll be negotiating with players, they'll be on holidays, and they obviously press that button to say to it that everything really goes as planned. The likes of Julian Timber, that is what I'm going to be doing, have gone ahead to get a request from Arteta to join him in Marbella to start off the preseason training. So I don't know what Thomas Partey is going to be doing at, but if I told you an Arsenal fan, you wouldn't like to see Thomas Partey board that plane going to the side of USA, you know, where Arsenal is going to play 2 games and then return to the Emirates to play in what we call the Emirates Cup, and I think it's Lyon. They're going to be playing Lyon and Bayern Leverkusen. So we wait to see how that is going to happen, but I tell you, a lot is really coming up, and I anticipate that Arsenal can do something, and they have their plan right onto the paper. So from Thomas Partey, let's obviously go to the brother of Jude Bellingham, known as Joby Bellingham. He's one of those that signed for Sunderland, and it looks like a team is really interested in really getting him on. And we've been told by Fabrizio Romano that understands Crystal Palace keep working on a deal to sign Jobe, Bellingham. One of the main targets on their short lists. Antonio Nosa, separate Hill, and among priorities, Jobe Bellingham's future depends on the player's decision, with many clubs keen. So Joby Bellingham is one of those that is going to hit to coming through and really put in a very huge shift at the side of Sunderland. He was playing at Birmingham, then Sunderland, and looks like he's going to be moving to the Premier League. And if I told him Joby Bellingham, I wouldn't like to obviously take the track or the same journey like my brother Jude Bellingham went ahead to take. You understand? Because you cannot go to Borussia Dortmund. I think it's high time for him. He started his job in the Premier League at Crystal Palace because they're really having a very good manager. Is it called Gassner? And that manager is really good at improving talent. And Joby Bellingham might be one of the replacements of Ebelechi Eze, because Ebelechi Eze has been linked to very many good big teams in the Premier League, with Arsenal on it. So we wait and see how that pans out. But Joby Bellingham and his father will have to analyze the situation and see the best out of it. Because when you take him to Borussia Dortmund, everyone will be like, he's going to replicate what his brother did. You're going to be playing in the shadow of your brother. But right now, if he's in the Premier League, remember, Jude Bellingham is never going to hit to play for any Premier League team. It was supposed to be Liverpool, but Liverpool couldn't meet the amount of money. This guy is really earning close to £400,000 a week, at Real Madrid, and they couldn't obviously match it, and that's why they pulled out of that deal. So for Joby Bellingham, a lot is really on his stake, and he has a choice to make. And I don't think that his father is going to choose Borussia Dortmund. I think the best team to choose is Crystal Palace. Come to the Premier League, start playing, and he's still a very, very, very young player. And we know he's still industrious, and he's going to obviously take his career to the next level. When you look at his career at Sunderland, he had 45 games played, 7 goals and 1 assist. And he's 1.9 meters tall. He's just 18 years of age. And I tell you what, there is a lot into this guy. So if he has that physicality and that height, obviously, he will obviously enjoy. He plays as a forward and a midfielder. So he is really a versatile player. And I think they are really trying to get in more players. Olisa's going to hit to leave, and they've going to hit to get in like 50 million pounds from the side of Bayern Munich. And if at all they sell Ebelechi Eze, they'll get in some good money. And there is this Walton guy that is with the England national team at the Euros. If they combine together, I tell you, a lot will obviously come to pass. So right now, in the Euros, Ukraine and Belgium, it's still 0-0, and Romania and Slovakia, it's still 1-1, but it puts Ukraine into the last position. So we wait and see how that pans out. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Thomas Partey to Saudi Pro League boost. I welcome in the comment section below. And what do you make about Joby Bellingham? What's the decision he's supposed to make? Should he go to Crystal Palace, or he should obviously join Borussia Dortmund like his brother? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. First video of the day. We're going to hit to come in late, but I promise you that a lot is going to be coming in through in the next hours onto this channel. Bye-bye and good evening.